Alrighty, welcome back, boys and girls. It's your main math man, Mr. Shank, coming to you live from Walker Grant Middle School. And in this video, we're going to be still working on SOL review guide, and we're going to be working with that 7.2. So you're going to be doing some practical problems, and anytime that says practical problems, you're thinking of some word problems, but that's okay because you know how to do some operations with those rational numbers. So make sure that you're going over those things to know, some hints, tricks, and using that wonderful Desmos calculator. So for number one, it says Christian made smoothies by mixing 2.25 liters of orange juice, 4.75 liters of pineapple juice, and 2.5 liters of grape juice. He then poured equal amounts of the mix into 5 different containers for his friends. About how much smoothie did Christian pour into each container? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add those 3 values together. So I'm going to have, let's say I have 2.25, and then I have plus the 4.75 plus 2.5, and so in total it's going to be 9.5, but it's saying it's going to be mixed into 5 different containers. And so what I can do is I can take that value, or that answer, that previous answer, and I can divide it by 5. And so I can have about, so I can have about, so this is equal to 9.5, which I divided by 5, and so that is equal to 1.9. And if you notice, what are my choices? Well, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Since I don't have any close answers to that, what can I do? I can round. I can use that round function. And when I say I want to round, and since my answer is to the nearest integer, I don't have to put any values or anything like that, but I can say, all right, it's going to be about 2 liters. And then for the next one, it says Kevin has a bag of Jolly Ranchers. Kevin gave 3/8 of the bag to Xavion and 1/4 of the bag to Keisha. Then Kevin gave 1/2 of the remaining candy to his favorite teacher, Mr. Wauk. We'll say, how much of the total candy bag did Kevin give to Mr. Wauk? So make sure you're thinking and seeing, anytime you have that word of, it just means multiply. So you're taking part of a number or part of the whole bag and then giving the rest. So let's see. Let's actually change this to a common denominator. So this is 3/8. This is 1/4, which is the same as 2/8. And so it gave out, let's see, we have 5/8. So we'd say he gave out 5/8 of the bag so far. And so now, let's see, how much do we have left? We have 1/2. He gave 1/2 to his favorite teacher, so we're saying, all right, if he gave out 5/8, that means that, so it gave out 5/8, and then so that means that there's 3/8 remaining. So then, since it says then, so you're talking about a separate event. It's saying that he gave out 1/2 of the remaining. So we're saying we take half of this. So we're going to say 1/2 of, again, of means multiply, and so we do 3/8, and so this is going to be 3/16. We're going to say he gave 3/16 of the entire bag to that teacher. For number 3, it says a submarine was located 200 feet below sea level. If it ascends 55 feet and then drops 87 feet, which integer represents the new position of the submarine? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show this using that Desmos calculator. Again, use those keywords. So we have 200 feet below, so I'm going to say I have negative 200. I have, let's have negative 200, and then we have ascend. That means increases, so we're going to say plus 55, and then it decreases another 87. So altogether, we're currently 232 feet below sea level. For the next one, make sure it's on here. All right. For the next one, it says Messiah ordered from the menu below. She bought a hamburger, 2 hot dogs, a large order of fries, and 1 medium soda. How much change did she get from $20? So we're gonna say we have this. So we have this times 1, because we have 1 hamburger. We have 2 hot dogs, so we have to do times 2. We have a large order of fries, so this is times 1, and 1 medium soda, so you have times 1 as well. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that list. I can add up those values that I have. So I have 4, if it'll let me, maybe. There we go, 4.25, and I have plus, then I have 2 times that 2.50, and I have plus, I have that large fry, 2.95, and I have the medium soda, which is 2.15. All right, so be careful though, because a lot of people are gonna put this as their answer. However, that's not the case. This is our total. This is our total. So what we need to do now is we can start a new line, hit that enter button, and we can say, all right, I want to take 20 minus my answer, because it's asking about how much change is left. And so the amount of change remaining would be that $5.65. For number 5, it says Adana made keychains for her friends out of string. She started with 2 1/6 feet of red string, 3 1/4 feet of yellow string, and 5 1/2 feet of green string. If Adana used a total of 8 2/3 feet of string on keychains, how much string remains unused? All right, so let's do this. Since it's still using fractions, I'm going to have a common denominator. So again, let's find a common denominator with this. I can show my work up here still. All right. So let's do this. Let's say we have 6, 4, 3, and 2. We can use 12. So I'm going to use 12 as my common denominator. So I'm going to say I have 2 and 2 over 12. I have 3 and 3 over 12. I have 5 and 6 over 12. And it's saying they used a total, so let's say started with those amounts, and then they used 8, and let's do 8 over 12. So that's how much they started with, and that's how much they used. So how much is remaining? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add these values together, and I'm going to take out that amount. So let's do that. So let's do, I don't even know if I need to change it out, but that's okay. I like being able to use those values there. So let's do this. Let's have, if you want to write your mixed number as or using Desmos, again, you can use that plus. So for example, I would say 2 plus, and I would say 2 over 12. And I could do plus 3 and 3 over 12. And I would have plus 5 and 6 over 12. All right, so that's how much they started with. And then we're saying they used, so I could subtract, and I would say 8 and 8 over 12. And 8, let's do, make sure I'm out to the, there we go, divided by 12. All right, so they have a remaining amount of 2.25. So they add that together, and then so sum, and then subtract, and so remaining is going to be that 2.25, which as a decimal is going to be that 2 1/4. All right, moving on, closing out. Yeah, following, it says Jamal, for number 6, it said Jamal went on a driving trip. He jumped off the deck of a boat into the water. Every second after he jumped in the water, Jamal descended, meaning going down, 6 meters. What was his location compared to the deck after 10 seconds? So very simply, you just do -6 times 10, which is just going to be -60. And lastly, it says Carlos is making 3 cakes. 1 cake requires 3/4 cups of sugar. How much sugar will he need to make 3 cakes? So you could do 3 times and then 3 over 4. That 2.25 again. So I'd say 3 times 3 over 4, which is the same as 2.25, which is the same as that fraction.